right, welcome back to Emotional Mojo. So what started as a way to get his students interested in reading over the summer turned into a 30-day lesson and personal journey for an Orlando middle school teacher and former vet. He is voluntarily living homeless on the streets. Here is Tom Rebman's story.
Hi, I'm Tom, and I'm Orange County Public Schools intensive reading teacher. This project came about because initially I was trying to look for something that students would be engaged in. We have a problem with students gaining reading skills during the year, and then having the summer off, we call it the summer slide, they lose some of those skills. So I was originally just trying to keep them reading and find something that'd be engaging, and it didn't start off as 30 days, just, you know, a little bit. As I worked more with the homeless, I feed a lot of the people in the woods and under the bridge at Paramore, which is a bad area here, and that kind of thing. So it then morphed from that, just trying to get the students engaged, to raising public awareness, because the more I talked to them and I heard their problems and saw what was going on and that basically nobody cared, it just started happening.
All right, so we have Tom here joining us today. And Tom, you're in the middle of this. You walked and took a bus and had to sleep. I mean, this is legit.
Yeah, it's definitely way too real for me.
Wow. All right,
He got in trouble for panhandling behind our building this morning from security, and we're like, yeah, no, he's with us.
And by the way, what I did is I asked somebody to take a picture of me with their cell phone because I wanted to post it on the Facebook page, and they called security and said I was asking them for money.
All right, so let's talk about this. So you started living on the streets for real on July 4th. You had nothing but the clothes on your back. How's it going so far?
I'll tell you, I'm finding out it's the toughest thing I've ever done.
I can imagine.
I was in the military for a long time, and what I've had to face here is nothing. This is the biggest challenge of my lifetime.
Yeah, and we see you here, I mean, digging through the garbage. Like, you are not cheating. Okay, before we came back from break, I have this, like, little breath spray thing we all use, and I said, who wants a hit? And you said, I'd love one. I said, you know what, you can keep it. And you told me no. Why did you tell me no, you didn't want it?
Well, I'm trying to stay as true as I can. If somebody knows my true identity, that I'm doing this and I'm really a teacher, I don't accept anything from them.
All right.
Wow.
Now, there are lots of things you say people don't realize about the homeless, and one of those is that even the shelters cost money. So, I mean, you have to make money to live. You had to panhandle legitly. I mean, how did that process go for you?
Well, it was very difficult finding out all the rules, and then when I thought I was following the rules, the police still came by, and they were awesome. But it was very scary for me because I have a professional teaching license. If something were to happen and them not allow me to explain and I were to get arrested, I might lose my license. So that was my fear.
That's a good point. So here's the thing, if there's not a bed available at the shelters, you end up having to sleep elsewhere. Where do you sleep when that happens?
The problem is trying to find some place legally. There's not really any place, so you find a place that you think is safe, and you do your best to try to get as much sleep as you can. Last night I slept between an air conditioner and a building.
What about food? I'm a dietitian, so I want to know, what are you eating and how do you get it?
Well, thank God we have all the people that are using the resources that get food from Second Harvest Food Bank of Central Florida here locally, and there's lots of volunteers that feed downtown, but the people out in the outlying areas have to go visit food pantries that are only open once a week, and then you get a bag of food and you have to make that last.
Let's talk about how you're getting creative here, because there are ways to earn a few dollars so that you can survive. Let's take a look at one way you made some money.
Needed to make a little money, and I saw these guys every night were taking a dumpster full of trash over to this place, and so I went over when I was standing on my corner panhandling. I saw them start to come out, and I said, hey, can I do that for you? Because and so I rolled the dumpster all the way over here, up the ramp and into there, and then took it back for them, and they gave me $4.
Wow! You see the smile. I've never been so happy to get
$4 is like 4,000 before I went homeless.
Yeah.
It's really ridiculous, yeah.
Yeah, and from an emotional and psychological perspective, what challenges have you had just being faced with homelessness?
The biggest challenge is you're demeaned all day, constantly, and for me, even though there's an end, I'll tell you, people, even like what happened this morning, they don't understand. They think homeless people are lazy, but they don't understand. They're just tired and exhausted.
Yeah.
They think homeless people, hey, you just need to get a job, but nobody will give you the opportunity. And so, thank God we have places like the Coalition for the Homeless for people to go, and the Salvation Army, and we need more resources. We just lost 300 beds locally overnight shelter beds. And I'm really concerned when cold weather comes around now.
Are you ever tempted to say, but I'm really a teacher? Like, I can imagine people who have fallen down in their luck and are homeless. You know, when people avoid you with eye contact, I would want to say, but I'm really a dietitian. I just fell on my luck, and I would want to like explain my story. Do you find yourself wanting to do that?
Well, actually, I get to do even better than that, because like when I go into a place, I went into a pizza place, and they were just so nice, and they had no idea. And so I got to, after they were so nice to me and helped me out and let me have $1 off and not take the pepperoni off because I didn't want to spend the extra $1, I got to say, hey, you know what? And I got to recognize their random act of kindness. So I do get to tell people sometimes.
So, and I know the goal here is to spread some awareness. You've got a Facebook page. You're getting a lot of followers. I think you're up to like 3,500 and counting now. So overall, I've seen it's been positive, but you've had a few people who have given you a hard time. Are you finding some people who don't agree with what you're doing?
You know, some people say, you know, they think that it's not genuine, or they think that it's kind of disrespecting the homeless, but the whole purpose is awareness. And you know, the number of stories on my page of people now going out and doing things that they've now posted on my page, it makes, no matter what anybody says, it's been well worthwhile.
Have you made some friends?
Oh my gosh, I've got quite a few good homeless friends, and I've met some unbelievable other people, you know, that are in business and stuff that have helped me.
So what's the takeaway here? What do you want people to do after sharing your story with us?
I want them to go out. Our community needs to take care of our community. It's not the government's responsibility. And
this is nationally we're talking, not just Orlando.
Yes, exactly. It's just, you know, we don't need more government programs. We need people helping people. We need people to give people opportunities and not view them the way they are. And I'm hoping that maybe what I'm doing will help them understand better.
And if you guys want to help out at home, you can make a donation, you can learn more. They can go to Homeless and Hungry on your Facebook page, and they can also go to fundraiser.com, that's R-A-Z-R at the end of fundraiser.com, and learn more and get involved, guys, with your community, like you said.